ladies and gentlemen, and people of all ages. My name is Porter Celery, coming back at you with some Division 1 gameplay. We are already straight into qualifying. That was quick. Wowzers. Right, let's take a 5-second breathe, because we are live. Let's just double check. Do the old-fashioned hearing test. Can I be heard? That's important. Let's have a look. Yep, okay. I heard myself, and that's good enough for me, really. That's all I need to do, really. Cool. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
Michael won the Belgian Grand Prix 6 times between 1992 and 2002, making him the most successful driver at Spa. Turn 11, unofficially known as Speaker's Corner, was officially named after legendary Belgian driver Jackie Ick in 2018. All routes and radions are by far the most notorious corners on the current circuit. In this section...
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Slight technical difficulties, and by technical difficulties I mean familial technical difficulties, because my family's difficult and refuses to behave. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ported Celery. I will be your not your co-host. I am hosting. I don't know how I can be the co-host for something I am hosting. I am your commentator for this evening, and hopefully for the foreseeable future, pending any incidences or home life invasions, which can't guarantee that we won't go without. But we are live. We are here at Belgium Division 1. We've had 2 races so far this season at this track. Division 3 on Friday, Division 2 on Saturday. Division 1 rounds off the 3-race weekend with their attempt at the Spa Shot circuit, as that looked like some very aggressive weaving from KJ for a second there. Didn't actually think he was going to be continuing on. At one point it looked like he was being straight for the wall. So, while we let the drivers warm up, Q1 of course going ahead as per normal, but I assume once everyone sets a lap time, they'll just retire in the pit lane, because there's 15 runners, 15 people get through into Q2. Q3 there. Right. Oh. Take my breath, because Jesus. Gotta love it. I am the Riz Lord, and I'm going to be reading chat as well throughout. So, while we wait for the drivers, as I said, to do their laps, as again, KJ round on his installation lap. I think I'm going to stay on board with KJ, because it looks like he is not having fun. So, let's have a look. Right, let's have a look at the standings. That's what I'm trying to think of. I'm all over the place right now. I haven't had time to properly sit and relax. Right, 5 rounds down. Tonight is the 6th round. Leading the Drivers' Championship is Human. Is Human here? Human? He is not. Ooh, that's rough for Human. Nicholas, though, is tied on points, and Nicholas is in the lobby. So Nicholas in the Aston Martin, currently second in the Drivers' Championship. They are tied on points, 81 apiece. So the fact that Human isn't here today double check he's not, and I'm not speaking out my bum. Nope, he's definitely not in. So he's not in. So if Nicholas finishes this race, he takes the championship lead. So that could be interesting. Third is KJ. We saw KJ earlier. He was the one deciding that spinning on a formation lap is a fantastic way to warm your tyres. It is not. KJ sits third on 62 points, 5 points clear of Diamonds in fourth place. I don't know why Game Clips just uploaded to the Xbox network, but you do you, Xbox. I have no idea half the time. Death Star lies in a very respectable fifth, so Mercs are fourth and fifth. So sixth is Stygian, who I know is also in the lobby. So Stygian is here this evening, is he? Or was I talking at my... Oh, I thought I saw him. Charles is out. Charles has retired. Is that a actual track retirement? Yes, there's green flags in here. So yes, so Bobby does a 43.3, gets us off the mark. Vistrijkla beats that with a 42.9, already into the 42s in Q1. Nomad does a 43.9. Second off the pace of Vistrijkla. Then we have Millen starting his lap as Nicholas goes fastest with a 42.4, half a second clear of Vistrijkla. Then we have, it looks like, Mill has already validated. That's a good start for him. The Merc of Diamonds on mediums. So interesting from him using set of mediums, of course, especially with people now out the session. It's likely that doesn't really matter, as we have Oliveira looks like 56.8, so was that in the validation? Might very well have been, didn't show up on my screen there. Behind him we have like a KJ keeping it going, 49 for KJ, so we have 3 drivers already into the 142s. It's DJX starts his lap now. HDR Diamonds is on his, so his teammate of Empire Mythical is up into 5th on a 43.4. Everyone on track apart from Mars. But Mars is Mars, as Olo keeping out of the way by going clear off the track. Let's see who's next. It's like a Red Bull's new young, but I think that's a Nomad. No, that's Milan, who I know invalidated. Yes, so that's Milan. Behind Milan is like a Aston Martin of Nicholas. Yep, so these guys are not on laps. Well, one invalidated, one has accepted the pace by a country mile. Daniel Oliveira is on his lap. GX is on his, so we'll have a flurry of lap times. After that, I can imagine a little box and retire in the pit lane because, well, there's no real point continuing. All 15 were making it through regardless, and the fact that Charles is retired gives us now up to 14. Now, I'm not sure if Charles retired on track or off track, so I'll have to double check. Okay, switching 60-17, that's not bad. I don't know if Charles retired on track or if he retired in the pit lane. I don't know, but we'll find out as DJ hasn't validated. Up to the line will be Daniel Oliveira, or will it be HDR Diamonds? It's HDR Diamonds on the mediums, the league owner, so you better respect him or he will ban you. No, I'm joking. But he won't. So Diamonds up to the line, it's a 43.6, respectable lap for a medium runner. Behind him is the McLaren of Daniel, who goes into second on a 42.9. If you take Nicholas out of the equation here, you have second, third and fourth, all on a 42.9. Less than half a tenth covering them. So that would be quite something, wouldn't it just? As people filtering back into the pits. Ono going for his flying lap. This is the exit going again, because all they need to do is set a lap. Doesn't matter how slow it is, as long as it's a lap. You can live life and love with that. Levette comes up to the line in the McLaren for a 43.2, up to 5th place for him. DJ on his lap, Ono on his lap, and Panini and Mars on their outlaps. That's not bad at all from them. Hopefully it'll be a quieter affair in Division 1, Division 2 and 3 were a bit chaotic, to say the very least. And as a Division 3 driver, it was a safety car fest. Safety cars galore here at Spa-Francorchamps. It is that track where if you make a mistake, you go so quick that the chances are you're going into the wall regardless of whether or not you want to. People do forget that. They think, Spa, it's big, it's got lots of runoff area. But the fact that you're going so much quicker than most other tracks means that runoff area evaporates very quickly, especially when it's a very congested, tight part of the circuit. So we have Olo in the AlphaTauri. I hate that livery so much, but hey-ho. Hate the red. It feels like it was literally an afterthought, but I'm not going to start discussing liveries when we're halfway through the season as is. Olo now coming round into the final part of the track. So, as things stand, it is Nicholas SV5 on top, followed by Daniel Oliveira 5 tenths back, not 5 seconds, 5 tenths back, with Vistrijkla and KJ in 4th, Lilbeck 5th, Bobby 6th, Empire Mythical 7th, HDR Diamonds 8th, Nomad 9th. Let's see where Olo does. It looks like a pretty quick lap from the AlphaTauri driver. 43.7. And it's Man's invalidated. It's CJX up next. He is out of fuel. Yes, he's out of fuel. And he's parked it. I mean, I know he's going to get out of the way, but he's got Man coming up, even though Man's on a banker lap, well, an invalidated lap. So, and also Mars. So a few more laps still to come. Yeah, more or less, which is good because I need to eat dinner, because that's why I had to go quiet a bit, because my gran tried to call me down for dinner, and I'm like, what do you mean call me down? I am trying to commentate. That's what happens when you deal with a 81-year-old alcoholic. Anyway, moving swiftly on from that. We flick left and right for Mars. Ooh, that curve nearly got him there, but he's still on the track. Onto the 14.2 purple middle sector, but the game does give purple middle sectors to anyone and everyone. Stein says he will make Q1, but will he make it out of Q1? That is the question. I think he will, because Charles obviously hasn't fixed lap time. Mars now coming down in towards the bus stop chicane. Heavy braking zone into the right-hander. Into the left. It'll be a short blast up the line as he gets a bit squiggly on exit. The rear end not planted with the traction. 42.9, it probably would have been a mid 42 if he hadn't quite nearly done a 360 on the line. Now we wait for Panini Man, who's also run out of fuel, to set his lap. We've got DJ set his lap, and Milan is back out on track. Oh, AJ's stealing the thunder as Hyperdrive on flips. Right, Nomad now. We're right on board with Nomad for the full lap of Spa-Francorchamps. What a wonderful track this is. Up now into Radion. Well, Rouge, then Radion. Top of the Radion, down the long back straight in towards Lacombe. Now, the issue with this track, of course, is because Sector 1 and Sectors 3 are quite fast. You want to go for low downforce, but Sector 2, a lot of high-speed corners, you don't want to be risking it. Nomad's gone deep into the Lacombe chicane. Does he keep it on the track? He does. That's going to cost him time. Time doesn't really massively matter as long as he's up by half a second. That elevates him from 11th up to about 9th. So we'll have to wait and see what the sector split says. Into No Name. Very nice, keeping it very within track limits. No need to really push at the moment. It's only Q1 and they should all mostly make it through. Nomad through Pier 1, very nicely done from the Red Bull driver. Up the hill now to the chicane. He's got a Mercedes ahead of him, I believe, of Diamonds. Yes, it is of Diamonds, but I'm sure Diamonds will get out of the way because it isn't like he's on a particularly good push lap. I mean, well, it's on 3 laps on those medium tyres, so he's definitely not on a push lap as it stands. Indeed, I'll get out of the way. Nomad's up, but only by 20 thousandths of a second. That is a tight margin. He will not be wanting to be that little up. He needs to hope that his final sector is good, because otherwise this lap would have been for nothing. Another set of tyres in the bin. So I don't know why it says Division 2. You might have to refresh your page, because I definitely changed it to Division 1, and it says Division 1 on my screen. So Nomad now up to the line. What's it going to be for Nomad? A 1:43.8. He improved, but not enough to move him any higher than 11th position. The Man did set a 2-minute lap time as Milan back out and DJ back out as well. This good, I'm not in trouble. Right, into now this corner, because I don't remember all the names, but I know the famous names, so everyone else is far. So into now, into No Name. Staying in 5th gear, lots of curve on the left, a little bit wide on the right, but he got away with it in terms of track limits. Into Pill now, how much does he lift? Fair amount, but he does not go up to 8th gear on the entrance, so he's staying in 7th gear. Good idea from Milan. Now up, very short now, he's got to flip the car right, braking hard into the right-hander. Careful of the curbing on the inside, then he's got to be careful of the curbing on the inside. Doesn't want the car to understeer out over that curb. He rides it to well, so the Red Bull looking like it can ride the curb here fairly well at Spa. Now into Sector 2. It's a purple Sector 2, which it could very well be, but we know this game is a bit generous with its purple Sector 2s. Now, foot to the floor, flat out. There are no needs for lifts, not in the dry conditions. Round now, into Blanchimont. Is he flat? Of course he is. This is an F1 car, doesn't need to lift the Blanche one out into the bus stop chicane. Heavy braking zone, probably down to second or third gear. Down to third, trying to nullify the traction on the exit. Obviously, probably running no traction control. Up to third, fourth, fifth gear for Milan. It's a 42.3. He goes quicker than Nicholas by a tenth of a second. But of course, doing it later in the session means he had a grippier track. So it's game on, but we don't read too much into Milan's time. It was done at a grippier point of the session. DJX is also on his lap, as I think Nomad has improved. Yes, Nomad has actually improved finally to a 43.6, jumping ahead of Olo. DJ now on his lap in the Ferrari in the yellow shod medium tyres, trying to save a set of softs for the race. The softs do last fairly well at what do you call it? What's the place? Spa. So the softs can last fairly well. So if you want to save a set of softs, you might as well finish Q1 on the mediums. Of course, that does eliminate mediums from the race, but it's generally going to be a one-stop anyway. So we'll have to wait and see. Is DJ up to the line? 44.4, sorry. Ahead of Panini Man, but you just saw that Destar has joined the session as Stein's asking for an invite. Yeah, I can try and get you an invite if you sent me a friend request. I don't think I have you. I do not have you added. Mine, you might have to ask Diamonds or Mars, depending on. Right, let's double check to the chat. Let's have a look, see what the people are saying. Stein, yeah, Stein, you sent an invite by Diamonds. You might want to get your bum in the lobby ASAP. You've got very little time to even get your setup on and get outlap. Flying laps 142, outlap can be roughly in the 2-minute region. There's Death Star, I don't know what it says. KJ Death Star. Next game, give me two complete different names. So we will have 17 in for the race, which does mean that if Stein is able to get into his car and get a lap done, someone will be eliminated alongside Charles. So that's why Panini Man's head back out. That's why DJ might be trying to amp up. Now he's got no fuel. DJ's got no fuel left, and it's 2 minutes from the clock. He won't get back round again if he wants to. And that fuel lap flashing media has less than one lap of fuel remaining. That's a lap he would have needed to possibly push himself into Q2. But we'll have to see what Panini Man does, of course, and KJ, and also what if Stein can get in. But Stein is looking like he might not have made it in time because there's still only 16 cars and there's a minute 55 left. So it looks like we will only be losing Charles this session. But I think from what I can see, we were losing Charles anyway. So we will lose an Alpine at the first of the sessions. It is clouding over as well, so could we have a chance for some rain, perhaps? Yeah, I know, it's KJ and there's Death Star. It says KJ and Death Star, so, we have a funny little glitch. The noise. Death Star now up to the line. Start his lap. This is definitely Death Star. Ignore the name KJ because that means there are two KJs. Death Star just needs to get a lap on the board. Could be a 12-minute lap time for all we matter. He just needs to get it through. As long as it's valid, then Death Star will be through to Q2. Otherwise, we risk losing both Alpines because if Charles has crashed on track, he won't be making any further, and we'll lose both Alpines in Q1, which is a disaster. Well, it's a disaster that is fairly realistic considering the state of the current Alpine F1 team. Into the common chicane. Let's see what Death Star can do. Can we get an off-board shot? No, I just want to change halo shot. There we go. Quite like the Alpine. It's the pink of the BWT has grown on me quite a bit. It's still not as good as obviously their 2021 livery, but I don't think anything will be topping that anytime soon. KJ through no name into Puon. Lovely off-board shot. Let's see. Does he go up to 8th and let P stays in 7th on the exit? Lift, then fall to the throttle, then a slight lift again. Probably didn't quite feel the grip he wanted from the car. Staying in 7th, up to 8th, flicking the car right. Then left, hoping he doesn't understeer over the curb, invalidating or worse. Nope, all good from Death Star. Now as he comes up to the sector 2 split, accelerating out now, full throttle, no need to lift. He's invalidated. Death Star has invalidated on the exit. That is Death Star out of qualifying. I told you, all he had to do was one lap. Didn't matter how slow it was. 12-minute lap time would have got him through to Q2. He has invalidated. And that is it. We lose Death Star and Charles from proceedings. I'm pretty sure we do. I will have to see on the timing line. But that could very well be both Alpines out of qualifying. Have to wait and see what they say, see what happens. I mean, Death Star comeback could be quite fun. And considering I went from 15th to 5th in mine, I think that's not bad. You know, you can definitely go up in this track. So, Milan and Nicholas, Daniel, your top 3. Let's see. No, Charles has made it through. So, Charles obviously did retire within the limits, but it is Death Star who's out at the death of the session. One lap, all he had to do, didn't matter how slow it was, that one lap was all he had to do, and he has failed. So Death Star, the one Alpine, is knocked out in Q1. So the rest of the grid is Rashika, Mars, KJ, Empire Mythical, Lilvek, Diamonds, Bobby. They are your top 10. Olo, Nomad, DJX, Panini Man, and Charles, all making it through to Q2. As I said before, our one elimination, Death Star. So one Alpine is out in Q1. What do you mean it's a Death? What do you mean it's a my moment? No, it says it's Death Star at the bottom. Oh, that's funny. Oh, it's raining. We have a wet Q2. Oh my lord, lord. I said it was clouding over. Q2 is wet, but how wet is it going to be? Now we need to see the tyres. It's intermediates. It's immediately intermediates. Is it going to get heavier? Is it going to get lighter? This is where the fun begins. Let's drive sit in the garage. Anyone going to be the early bait? Oh, Strix have gone to softs. Looks like Nomad is heading out. Oh, Mars has gone to softs. So we have some drivers trying it out on the soft tyres. No, Strix has gone back to intermediates. And it is an Alpine of Charles who will head out first. The remaining Alpine, of course, as he had to after he's jumped the Red Bull. So I'm sure the Red Bull is very happy with the fact he's now been shuffled from second in the queue to fourth, as disabled is DRS. So it is definitely too wet, as I will try and get Daniel back into the session. Right, one person. There we go. I sent Daniel an invite. I believe it is as well. Oh, as Mars looked like he was having a bit of a squirrely moment there. As Daniel has rejoined. Excellent. I think he's on track. So we have 14 cars immediately on track. So does that mean it's going to get wetter? If everyone's going out early, does this mean the track will be getting wetter, or are people just wanting to get a good quick... Oh, it look... Gathering from the fact, I've just looked at the mini-map, that we have basically 13 cars in Sector 2, about to be 14 once the Merc there of... what is that? The Merc of... Is that a Merc? It is a Merc. Who's in the Merc? Mythical. Oh, the entire grid, apart from Daniel, who obviously had to rejoin and has to retake control, they're already all in Sector 2. So that makes me think that this will be it. This will be the lap everyone's going to have to push for in order to get their better time. But Daniel loses again. Daniel's struggling a bit with connection. Interesting. Right, let's have a look then as everything comes in. So, as we are now flying through Q2, cool, time flies when you're not having fun. Right, the first of the laps has been set. They're already racing. They're already racing each other. They are this desperate to get through to Q3. They're this desperate to try and get a lap in. We have the AlphaTauris and the Alpine here of Charles. They're scrapping over track position as if it's lap 1 of the race. Unbelievable stuff here, but I mean, I'm pretty sure that teammate's not going to matter. My teammate's going to get a nice little toe up the hill. As Vashika is already invalidated, so that's a Haas already off a lap. God, there is so many cars in one part of the track, it's unbelievable. Who's the first car? I think it was Nomad. It is Nomad, the first car on track. Ooh, a little bit twitchy there, trying so hard to get the throttle down. The track is obviously quite wet as we have a yellow flag. That's for P-Man. P-Man is out of qualifying. What's happened here to him? Has he lost it on the exit? Yes, he and his teammate as well is going slowly. Olo, what's happened here to Olo? He lost the front wing. No, he hasn't. Maps got a bit caught off guard or whatever, but Olo going very slowly down the hill here, keeping out of the way of absolutely everyone. So now we go back on board with Milan. No, not with Milan, with Nomad in the Red Bull. You can see how different it is. Not quite flat. It doesn't risk going flat. There's another yellow flag out, and I think that is for Aston Martin of Nicholas. No, not for Nicholas. There's another yellow flag. That's for people getting out of the way. That looks like that is just Milan getting out of the way. Yes, is that an incident for Milan? No, Milan looks like he's in good stead. Let's have a look. Where's Nomad? Oh, there he is. There's Nomad. Nomad. He's invalidated, so Nomad dives immediately back into the pit lane. The rain looks like it's getting heavier. Nicholas in the Aston Martin, the very rapid Aston Martin, up to the line. What's it going to be for Nicholas? Is it going to be a 1:51? It's a 51.981 for him. 59.9 for Charles. Charles had a horrific lap there. 53 for Diamonds. 53 for DJ. What's next for KJ? KJ up to second on a 52. Oh, we've got a spin for Milan. Milan is round. As Mars goes second on a 52 flat. That's a very good lap there from Mars. I think everyone that set the lap has... we've got Milan up to a 2-minute plus. Actually spun at the bus stop. Although we know went slowly after his teammate's incident. So we've got Nomad, Lilvek and Vistricler back into the pits. Right, going to invite out to Dan again. There he is. There he is. Sent him back out one. So, already we have drama here. Top 10 have set a lap time. Olo's going again, obviously, because he's sort of had his moment. So it's Nicholas, the only man with the 51s. Mars on the 52, as is Mythical, KJ and Bobby. Diamonds on a 53.2, DJ on a 53.4. Charles and Milan and Olo not setting particularly representative lap times. Charles will be representative if it was in full wet conditions, which it isn't yet. Charles now coming down. What can he do? He's obviously gone for a second push lap. He's struggling a lot in these conditions. What's the time? He's up by 5 seconds, which puts him into the 54s. But the rain looks like it's getting heavier. I guess that after everyone went out early on. What's going to happen here for the Alpine? How much is he going to improve by? Is the track getting worse? We have Nomad out of the pits. Lilvek and Vashika out of the pits as well, but the track is getting worse. So let's see, what can Milan do as well? Milan is up by 13 seconds. Olo is barely up in first sector, but that's not surprising. Who was that flying up? Diamonds goes quicker. Who was I following? Was it Nomad? No, Nomad's on that lap. Oh, yes, DJ. No, you're not following. I don't know who I was following. I've lost track of myself for a second. But now it is... Yeah, DJ. No, DJ didn't finish his lap. Okay. Milan though, up to the line. He was very quick in Q1. What's it in Q2 in the rain? Only a 54.5. He improves, but not enough to move him any higher than 9th position. A second off the next car. Olo up to the line. Oh, he loses a little bit on traction. 53.9. That puts him into 9th. That puts him currently safe. They're currently safe, but the 4 remaining drivers in the session are all on their outlaps. So these guys will be setting laps. But is that some Alpine of Charles? He's gone for a spin and catches out Daniel there. Daniel thankfully back in the session. Nomad though in his Red Bull. What can he do? Validated his first one. What can he do for his second in the Red Bull car into La Source turn 1? And I think I'll let him do the talking for this lap. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, a lap of Spa Function, and Nomad invalidated. Great. All that for invalidation. Love it. So, we have Vashiklia up to the line. He will be the next car to set a lap time in the house. Where can he put himself? It's a 1:53.2, so he puts himself into 8th. Milan now in the danger zone. Lilvek in the McLaren. What can he do as he heads into the bus stop chicane? Fairly competitive sector 2 there of 22. Looking pretty competitive from the McLaren driver. Up to the line, what can he do? It's going to be a 52.6 up to 5th. Very good lap from the McLaren driver. Nomad obviously going again after his first invalidation. Daniel now in the other McLaren. His teammate has just gone into the top 5. What can Daniel do? 23 flat, middle sector, not bad. Not as quick as his teammate, but still pretty competitive. He now blasts his way towards Blanchimont. Will Daniel lift? That is the question. It is intermediate. It's not full wets. Full wets is an almost guaranteed lift. Is Daniel going to lift in his McLaren? He does. Half throttle for a second there. Or back on the throttle, heading into the bus stop chicane. Making heavily double lock up, but he still gets it slowed down in time. Up to the line for Daniel Oliveira. What can he do? Going to be a 53.4, 10th. He takes 10th place off DJ by half a tenth. It is half a tenth, separating 10th from 11th. Milan back out on track. Nomad is on a lap, but it's a 23.5 middle sector. That's half a second off what Daniel had done in the middle sector. So by that metric, he is not going to be setting a lap time quick enough to go through to Q3. He's gone wide as well, but he keeps it just about valid, obviously lifting up enough for the game to allow it. Through now into bus stop chicane. Left, then right. What is it going to be for Nomad? Up to the line, it's going to be a 1:54.3. So he goes ahead of his teammate, but that is it. DJ not on a particularly competitive lap time. Daniel has invalidated and backed off. Olo on an out lap. Nomad might be running out of fuel here for Nomad. As Lilvek, I think he's run out of fuel. Yes, he has. There. Oh, the street clear has just gone to Narnia. Nice one. It looks like it's getting heavier and there's less cars on track, so as Nomad is down to 2 seconds. Milan on his outlap, taking the nice wide line onto the start finish rate to try and get a little bit more traction, a little bit more oomph as he heads down towards turn 1. A source for the Red Bull driver. Let's have a look, see what he can do. Yep, so the rain is indeed getting worse. Milan now up to this. I don't think we're going to see many improvements, if any, but we'll have to wait and see because it is so close between DJ and Daniel. If DJ could just find half a tenth in the worsening conditions, but it doesn't look like he's going to. 2 minutes left on the clock. Olo starting his last lap of what could be his qualifying here if he does not get things right. And you can tell from the traction how much worse it's getting. DJ has just pulled over to the side of the road. He's done with life. As Daniel calls it, quits in the pits. Charles has gone back out. Charles is looking pretty safe right now. He's a good half a second clear to the relegation zone, but he wants to be safe, but the rain is getting so much heavier. Milan, he's down by just a tenth in the first sector, down just by a tenth. But this is where it's going to hurt, in the areas where you need the grip, you need the ability to throw the car in, and it just isn't going to work for Milan, I don't think. We'll see what he looks like going to sector 2, but you can see the car's understeering a little bit more. He's not quite as confident as he may have been at the start of the session. Breaking now into, let's see what his sector 2 split looks like. Oh, he's gone deep, he's gone wide, he's up by 4 tenths, but that's not going to be enough. That'll get him back ahead of his teammate, but it will not currently be enough to get him out of Q2. He needs to find a good second and a bit, over a second now, to find what he would look for. Let's have a look, see what can Milan do. Is it going to be enough for the Red Bull driver to get himself through into Q3? Up to the line for Milan. I don't think it is. It is not. It's half a second. He does jump his teammate. He's half a tenth off Olo, but it is not enough for Milan to get himself out of the drop zone. 50 seconds left on the clock. That'll be it. Milan is out of qualifying. Nomad out of qualifying. Olo, he's 6 tenths down, so unless he has the best middle sector, nope, he's well down. So Olo is also out. So it is So it is DJ, Olo, Milan, and Nomad all out in Q2. The rain is getting heavier. Wow, that is it. That will be it then for qualifying here at Spa here for Division 1. And yeah, we have 2 Red Bulls, an AlphaTauri, and a Ferrari in the drop zone. Well, both AlphaTauris, because obviously Panini Man crashed right at the start of the session. So if your favourite team is Red Bull owned, then you might want to look away, folks, because it is not what they would have wanted here in Q qualifying. Although, as Milan has spun, nearly hit the wall just for good measure. I mean, you know, these are the guys that were quick. We saw how quick the Red Bulls were in Q1, but it just has not come good for them in the second qualifying session. Mixed weather conditions has thrown it a little bit. We have to wait for Olo to finish what he's going to attempt to be his final lap. But I can't see him finding the half a second he needs to be able to beat DJ or Daniel even. But we will ride on board with him. We will give him the benefit of the doubt. We will see what his sector 1 split time looks like. He's down by a second and a half. Any spirit of doubt, yeah, no, I don't think that's going to be... Oh, he's sliding his way around. Yeah, I don't think so. Unless Olo has quite simply the greatest Sector 2 and 3 known to mankind, I don't think that a second and a half down in Sector 1 is going to indicate many good things for the AlphaTauri driver. But he's still trying, I'll give him that. He's still giving it all his all, and that's all we can ever ask for. Into now, up the hill. Let's see what he can do. I don't think it's going to be particularly competitive there from Olo. It's just, I think it's all over for him there. Yes, the Sector 2 split. I mean, he'd have to be across the Sector 2 split by now, but it hasn't got better for Olo. He's now down by 2.8. He's lost another second and a half almost in Sector 2. And it is going to be over for the AlphaTauri. So, DJ, Olo, Milan, Nomad, and Panini Man, the 5, who will take no further part in qualifying here in Division 1. They are eliminated from qualifying. Your top 10 are Nicholas, Mars, Empire, Mythical, KJ, Lilvek, Diamonds, Bobby, Charles, Rishiklia, and Daniel. And Olo indeed bails on his lap into the pits for him. So qualifying 2 is over. We have seen the top 10 go through. The bottom 5 have been eliminated. Getting a lap at the start was very important. Let's see what the weather holds for Q3. As Olo comes into his pit box, and that will be it for him. So, it is Nicholas who takes the quickest honours in Q2, just in half a tenth clear of Mars in the Haas. Empire, Mythical, KJ and Lil Vic round out your top 5, with Diamonds, Bobby, Charles, Rishikula and Daniel all advancing to Q3. Sadly, DJ misses out by half a tenth. Olo, Milan, Nomad going no further, and of course Panini Man spinning and crashing out on his first attempt at a flying lap, rendering him unable to complete the rest of qualifying. So, we have lost 6 drivers from these qualifying sessions so far. The top 10 shootout remains. Who will take pole position? Will it be Nicholas, or can one of these other drivers spring a surprise?
Saw the birth of the Radeon section of the track. However, World War II would ensure Radeon would not see action again until the 1946 season. Spa's own layout is a great example of the lack of safety considerations and requirements of the time. It was and is still used as a public road. Aside from a few bales of hay, the circuit remained unchanged on a race weekend.
We are back for Q3. And the rain has indeed worsened. It is full wets for the entire grid. And Nicholas leads them all out. Nicholas, then it is Mars. Then it is KJ. I think it's Mars. No, it's Vashiklia. No, I tried to guess. Looks like they may have all learned from Q2. Get the lap time in early. Get it on the board. I have no idea if it's going to lighten up or if this is going to be it for Q3 in terms of the rain. But this is going to be very interesting to see who can do what. As it looks like Vashiklia on the back. Vashiklia looks like he's going to be overtaking. He's indeed overtaking Nicholas. He wants to be the first man to set a lap time. That is fair enough from the Hash driver. Now, I wonder if the rain is going to stay at this level of intensity. Have people fueled for multiple laps? Get, push forward each and every lap, see where if you can find the grip. Or have people just gone for the one quick lap? That's all they want, as it looks like a Alfa Romeo. Yes, KJ looked like he went a bit slow. Charles looks like he made up his own lap of sparks through there. As that rear locking from Charles there, showing how treacherous it really is. God, look at that spray! Look at that as Vashiklia lets old Nicholas back through. Everyone is out on track. All 10 runners. The last of the 10 runners being good old Empire Mythical. Ooh. Right, Nicholas now coming in. He switches on his ERS. A little bit skilly through the bus stop, but it is all good for him. Limiting out only now up to full throttle. Being very careful on the traction there. Into turn 1 for Nicholas. Double lock up several times. He just about makes the apex for the Aston Martin driver. Up to 4th, then up to 5th, up to 6th. There we go for him. Up to 7th. Now the car up a Rouge. It was flat in the dry. It's going to be far from it in the wet. Full left. Not even it doesn't quite downshift, but I think he probably should have done from the sound of the revs there. Went quite low for the Aston Martin driver. Now heading towards as Daniel has pitted. Daniel back into the pits. Interesting strategy call there from the McLaren. As of course we go back to Nicholas through the Lecombe chicane. Very treacherous, doesn't want to go wide here, doesn't want to invalidate. Nope, very much within track limits there for Nicholas. Down the hill. Some more lockups. The rear doesn't quite grip immediately, but it does get there. The front gripping first. Up to 4th. Oh, he's nearly lost it on the run down to no name, but he's kept it on the track. It is getting treacherous out here in Spa-Francorchamps. The Belgian weather is playing havoc. Going now into P1. Very, very careful down to 5th gear. Far cry from the 7th gear. Of most people in the dries again. The back tries to get away from him. The back of this Aston Martin is not planted on this track at all. Coming now up and round the chicane. Very tentative on the throttle again. Up to 5th. Down to 4th. Look at... Oh, Mars. Mars is crashed. Mars has crashed. Yes, Mars in the wall there. He has done it. So Mars will start no higher than 10th position for this Grand Prix. We go back to Nicholas coming now up towards Blanchimont. Is he going to lift off? Well, he's going to have to because it's a full wet. Wow, that's a very light lift. I was expecting him to lift way more than that, but he did not. Now into the final corner for Nicholas. More locking up, but that's okay. He makes the turn. He makes it stopped into now the first. Come on, Nicholas. First time lap of the session. It's going to be a 59.1. What can the... If Vashiklia goes quicker, 58.0 for the Haas driver. What can KJ do up the line? KJ does a 58.3, just second. What's next? It is Charles. Charles is next. What next to the Alpine? Slightly wiggling across the line. It's 2 minutes for Charles. His next is going to be... It was HDR. HDR up to 4th. He's on a 2-minute flat as well. 59.2 for Bobby there. Then we have only Empire Mythical to come yet, as the 7 drivers that have started their, or done their lap times. Daniel back out on full wets, Lilvek back in the pits. Empire Mythical, what can he do in the other Mercedes up to the line? It's going to be quite a competitive lap for Mythical. It's a 58.3. He just misses out on the front row by half a tenth. But it is Vashiklia after the first runs who is currently holding station. KJ second by 3/10. Empire Mythical's third, half a tenth off KJ. Less than 4 off Vashiklia. Nicholas is a second down in the 4th position. Bobby a 10th off Nicholas. Diamonds then 8/10 off Bobby. And Charles 4/10 off Diamonds. But I mean, Charles looks like he's having about as much fun as a Tokyo Drift around Spa there. Oh, another yellow, but is that someone getting out of the way? Is that an actual spinner? Who knows? Daniel now on his lap time as that's it. Nice double lock up from him. Nice coughing from me. Jeebus. As Bobby now coming round sector 2 in the Williams. Sorry, Nicholas has gone quickest. Nicholas has gone quickest on his second run by 4/10. Could the track be improving? KJ doesn't look like he's going to be improving on this time. Vesticular is invalidated, so he's going slow. Is he out of fuel? No, he might be out of fuel. Mystical invalidated, but he was 3/10 up, so that would have got him on the front row. Diamond's up to 5th. He does improve by a second and a half. Bobby is invalidated. Charles in the pits. The track is not yet a complete write-off in terms of the conditions. Nicholas finding a second and a half there to take pole position back, provisional pole at least. On a 57.6, sorry. And he looks like he's one of the few that has fuel to go multiple runs. KJ is going again. Nicholas is going again. He's up by a 10th already, so he's finding time. It looks like, if I'm not mistaken, the track is drying. Doesn't look like the rain is starting to ease off, so could the intermediates now come back into play? Let's have a look for Nicholas. Very nice turn there from Nicholas. 3.1. Again, keeping up well within the white lines. Rain light is flashing. KJ's on a lap. Mythical. Oh. And Vesticular has indeed switched to the intermediates. It did look like the intermediates. The rain was lifting off. What can Nicholas do? Is it going to be any quicker for him to set to 2? He's up by 3/10. Could we see a low 57 from the Aston Martin driver? As who was that popping up? Daniel up to 3rd on a 58.1. I think people need to come in for intermediates. I think intermediates are going to be the way to go. Will Nicholas pit? If Nicholas doesn't pit for intermediates, then he risks losing out. He won't make it back round again. So will Nicholas abandon his lap? He's up by a nice healthy margin. No, Nicholas is staying out. So Nicholas is committing to the full wets. Nicholas now up to the line. It's going to be a 57.1. Another half a second for Nicholas found. But we do have the intermediate runners. They are starting to appear. People are starting to pick intermediates. Diamonds has unfortunately validated, so will he pit? Diamonds into the pit lane. Diamonds gives up on that set of wet tyres. Mythical, the first to brave it out on the intermediates. He's already in hot lap mode. He's on an out lap, so he might want to. Yeah, he's turned that off. Vec so we have people in the pits. Charles has come back out on the full wets, so it is a choice. Personal preference. Is it going to be full wets? Is it going to be intermediates? The track did look like it was drying up. Looks like there was less rain falling. Nicholas's time is only, what, 4 or 5 seconds off what they're doing in Q2. So, well, it's about 5 or 6. So, I mean, that's not the end of the world. Is Nicholas improving on this lap? It might very well be. But either way, he's committed to these full wets. He will not be having time to pit for intermediates. Oh. Daniel has spun. Daniel spun off into the green there. Hopefully he doesn't block anyone. No, he should be okay to get going because Empire isn't on a lap. So Empire's on out lap on the intermediates. So is Vesticular. So we have them coming out in intermediates. Diamonds Diamonds heading back out on the full wets. Diamonds doesn't think it is time for the intermediates yet, so it is going to be a split decision. It is going to be a split decision, people. Who is going to call this correctly? Who has decided on the right tyre of choice in this wet Q3 here in Spa? As Daniel, of course, off that spin, so is he going to call it a day, or is he... Oh, he's gone a bit deep, he thinks. Yeah, into the bus stop. So who we got to keep an eye on? We've got to keep an eye on for Empire of Mythical. He will be the first of the intermediate runners. to start his lap. Daniel Pitt, so the Daniel's qualifying session is finished. He currently sits third, but will he stay there by the end of this 1 minute and 20 seconds? Mythical up to the line. Here we go. He started his lap. We'll keep an eye on him. Charles is on his lap. He's up by a second already through the first sector alone. That just shows you how much time they are finding out here at this track. What about Nicholas? Nicholas is on his lap. So this will be the last lap of the session due to the long lap time of Spa-Francorchamps. Restrictor coming up the line. KJ's upcoming. KJ's got to be a bit. Okay, KJ should make it around plenty of time. As should Diamonds and Bobby starting his lap now. So Empire Mythical, what's his sector 1 looking like? So 2-3, he's up by half a second. He's found half a second on his own lap time, which as things stand would put him on the front row. So already that's an improvement for the Mercedes driver. But how much more time can he find? Levesque has started his flying lap on the intermediate tyres. So we'll have to wait and see. But it is Empire Mythical we will be focusing on. He's half a second up through sector 1. Only on his own time, not on pole. And we also have to see what Nicholas is up to as well. Because Nicholas has invalidated. Nicholas will not be improving on his 57.1. So the ball is now in the court of Mythical. Mythical stays in 6th gear through Pouon. That's an interesting choice for Mythical. That's more than Nicholas took through. Checker flag is about to wave. 5 seconds left in this qualifying session. Who's going to get it right? Who has got it right? As the session is over. So the next person set a lap time. Let's see what Mythical sector 2 is. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. He has made the right call. As Nicholas is going to come up to the line, he's not improving obviously because he has invalidated. So we go back to Mythical. He just needs to keep it on the track. He just needs to keep it between the white lines. He's nearly flat through Pouon. The intermediates have been 100% the right choice here at the death bell of this qualifying session. Empire of Mythical up to the line. What can he do? It looks like it could be good for pole. His sector 2 split time said it was good enough for pole. 55.5 Mythical to pole position on the intermediates. Who is next across the line? It will be the McLaren of Lilbeck, who's also on the intermediate tyres. Can he threaten Mythical's time? The track is drying up, so the last person to cross the line, in theory, should be the fastest lap time. But if they're on full wets, they won't be getting pole. Lilbeck up to the line. It's a 55.4 for Lilbeck. He takes pole by a 10th, but it is only provisional. Because we look back, we look to Particular. He goes third, not quite enough. Charles, that's what Charles is at. That's Bobby up to the line. Oh, Bobby's fun. Bobby Valley. Unlucky. Well, now we do look at Charles. Charles is up by half a second, which as things stand would move him ahead of Nicholas. Nicholas, who has been incredible these last 2 qualifying sessions, is falling down the order as the times come in. He did not time it correctly. He put his faith in the wrong set of tyres. Charles now into the bus stop chicane, nearly going for a spin. It is still quite treacherous out there, even though it is drying up. Up the line for Charles. What's it going to be? It's a 57 flat, so he does jump Nicholas by a 10th. What can KJ do? Can KJ still provisional pole? He can! It's a 55.3 for KJ. He does take pole position here for the Belgian Grand Prix. My, oh my. If that isn't exciting, I don't know what is. The top 4, all on the intermediate tyres, have improved and have shot ahead of everyone else, and Diamonds as well at the death did a 56.5 to take 5th in the Mercedes. So it is KJ on pole position, a 10th clear of Vilvek, who himself is a 10th clear of Empire Mythical. The top 3 covered by 0.2 of a second, not bad at all. Particular a little bit in no man's land, 55.9, but still a great lap time to get him 4th in that house on intermediates. Diamonds 5th, last person to cross the line on the wet tyres. 5th place for Diamonds is his reward. Charles is 6th in that Alpine. Nicholas, who was so quick, only can make 7th. Daniel 8th with that wing damage, forcing him to pit early. Bobby 9th for that spin, and Mars, of course, with that crash, causing him to take no further action. Wow, 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 people. Whew. Take a breather, but don't take too much of a breather because it is race time. Now, do not ready up, people. Do not ready up until given the explicit instruction to ready up. Do not ready up. Do not ready up. I need to breathe because that is... wow. Right. Here we go. 5 red lights. Lights not out, and not away we go. Red, what? Red flag? What? Red flag? Um, um, okay. Red flag. Sure. Sure, let's go with that, shall we? Oh, lovely. Game deployed a pre-race red flag. That is, it did just red flag. So we have our first red flag of the season. Um, wow. Yeah, I just. I'm hearing actually, guys, that there was the race was too wet to start. The fact that it was sunny was a false alarm, and it actually was pouring with rain. I've got a black screen here, so I can't do nothing. I got a black screen here, so I can't invite, not invite, restart. I'm stuck in this lot. Yeah, I think we do too. Nice one F1. I mean, I've had like instant safety cars before on this game. I've had a race where we literally went 5 red lights and immediately there was a safety car. Um, oh. And right, lovely.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Oh my god, this guys, where's Daniel Ricciardo, guys? Where's Daniel Ricciardo? That was smooth as ever from the Formula 1 game. That was a very weird glitch from the F1 game there. Oh, we'll send invites once we work out who's actually hosting the lobby. Could be me again. Um. Dee. I did not. Oh, okay, I am setting up the new lobby. Thank you for that. I needed actually to be told I was setting up the lobby because no one told me I was setting up the lobby. But I am now setting up the lobby. I assumed I might have been, but you never know. Oh, no, 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 don't. No, I am not. I am not. I am not. I am not. Making man. Okay, right. So, let me just send out a bunch of invites as I get the lobby ready. I'll get invites started going so people can invite each other to the lobby. I know I've got to sort it all out. There we go. Bobby. Charles. Daniel. Diamonds. KJ. A good lot of backs and forwards. Mars. Milan. Nicholas. Nomad. Shiklia. It's DJX. And little. What's his case? Little bit. There we go. Here we go. Off. Off. On full. Corners only. Gearbox. Yep. Off, 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 off. That's my assist. Don't look at that. Yep. Oh no, we're not going to that. We will have sparse if we play. Thank you very much. We will have just a race. And I'll have to grid edit it in just a second. Does anyone know what the weather forecast was, or do I just do random again? Yeah. There we go. Okay. Strict on, immersive, reduced, immersive, off, flags now off, simulation, simulation is on, sadly, recovery mode off, surface realistic, hard, manual, surface and carcass, pit lane tire sim on, car damage, unsafe release is on, standard and standard collisions are on, and that's enabled. There we go, looking pretty tasty if I must say so myself. And I've actually got to edit the grid. Good, good. Grid editor. Yeah, dynamic. Right, so KJ. On pole, Lilvek second. Empire not yet in the lobby. I need to put myself as a spectator as well. Spectate. So KJ Lilvek, Restricular. So Empire, who needs to join Restricular with them. It is Diamond, who hasn't joined. That's a strange one. Charles is up to 6. No, that's too high. 6. Charles was 6. Nicholas is 7th. Disappointing qualifying for him. 8th is Daniel. There's Daniel. 9th was Bobby. 10th was Mars. And then I'm waiting for everyone else to. So I've got KJ Lilvek, Empire. Well, Restricted will go there. DJX. Oh, no, I didn't mean to. Good. Thanks, game. So KJ Lilvek. Sign yourself out as commentator. Okay, confirm changes, even though I don't think I made any. So, and then we're going to set the weather to clear. Who are we missing? We've got 12 out of 17. Right, still waiting for some more people to get back in. I think we're on 17. We still need the other. We've got both Red Bulls. We've got one McLaren. Let's see if anyone's said anything in chat. Yeah, same as last time, so keep the same teams. Yes, I know I need to move people up and down, but I can't really do much until we get more or less the whole grid in. Right. So KJ, Lilvec, Empire is still not in. Good. Diamonds up to 5th. No, that's the wrong way. Diamonds up to 5th. Charles up to 6th. Nicholas up to 7th. Daniel down to 8th. So Daniel is 8th. The 9th is Bobby. 10th is Mars. 11th is DJX, who is there. 11th DJX. 12th is Olo. 13th is Milan. Where's Milan? There's Milan. 15th is Milan. 14th is Nomad. See you back in the lobby yet? No, P-Man was 15th. No. Death Start was 16th. Well, so I will go below him because obviously. So KJ Levesque Empire. I think we are missing Empire now, aren't we? Unless I'm blind. No, we are missing Empire. So once we get Empire in, we should be clear more or less. So it'll be Empire, then Restricular, the Diamonds 5th, Diamonds Charles, Nicholas, Daniel, Bobby, Mars, DJX, Olo, Milan, Nomad, Panini, Death Star, Stygian. Ah, there's Mythical. Okay. Empire up to 3rd. So let's double check. Okay. KJ, Lilvec, Empire, Restricular, Diamonds, Charles, Nicholas, Daniel, Bobby, Mars. Perfect top 10. DJ, Olo, Milan, Nomad, Panini, Death Star, Stein. Confirm changes. Okay, looking all good from my end. It looked clear. Yep. Make sure all my settings are correct. Yeah. Well, I'll approximate. Just to, it's gonna be dry. Yep. 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 Now, do not ready up, people. Setups. Setups are very important. Do not forget your setups. For the love that is all is holy, do not forget your setups. Setups, people, do not forget your setups. Or do. I mean, it doesn't affect me massively, but... Whew. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Gotta enjoy a good pie, you know, commentating in pie. Dee, 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 dee. There we go. Lights are on. Will we? Well, we don't have a red flag this time, but we have a safety car instead. No. Lights are coming on. What? Okay. Sure. Safety car. This is what happened in my other league. We had a safety car on lap 1 and there's chaos. So we've got Empire Mythical, we've got a 5-second penalty. We've got people swapping positions because it's a safety car, and that's the perfect time to overtake. Lovely. This game just... I've had this before. I had it in a league race in Saudi Arabia. This exact thing happened. Lights went out, immediate safety car, so it was effectively a rolling start. As Diamonds, what Diamonds? Oh, Diamonds gone off the track. Good job, Diamonds. He lost his bit of front wing as well. That was kind of end plate off, wasn't it? Yes, I cannot see. This black Mercedes is really throwing my eyesight. He has. He's lost his front right end plate. So Diamond's already in the wars at the end of lap 1. Anyone going to pit under the safety car? Oh, quite a few people, crikey. So we've got Mythical is serving his penalty, and I assume might be getting a new front wing, which is a penalty serve. It's a penalty serve. Oh, the Aston Martins are stacking. Nicholas has been screwed massively. As that is Charles passing by. Diamond's obviously with his new front wing, going on to the mediums. Mythical does come out ahead of Diamonds, but Nicholas having to pit for a new front wing has been rightly screwed by the fact his teammate also had to pit and serve a 5-second penalty. So it is KJ obviously, so I will plot position changes. But people have gone up because of, I don't know how Olo's up 6 positions, I don't know how Nomad's up 6 positions, but hey ho, each their own. Might have to be some little investigating done after the race, because I don't know how some, like, I know 3 people have pitted, or 4, but like... But I hope he said I could be in this lap, please. Can we get a rolling start? I mean, it's going to be a rolling start, which I think was always quite a bit of fun. It's a rolling start, not a standing one. Right, so, KJ, when's he gonna go? Where's KJ gonna go? KJ's gone. KJ has gone and he's left the field for partial dust. Lilbeck has kept with him. Vesikula has not. No overtaking until the start-finish line. Of course, for these 22 drivers. In our dreams. As that is Vesikula into the pits. He might have got some front wing damage, who knows. But it is KJ into the pits. It is McLaren 2-3. Who would have thought we'd be saying that after 2 laps? Then Mars, then Olo, then it's DJ who's fighting currently with Nomad. DJ up the inside. Nomad trying to do the old switcheroo. Nomad's got the slightly better soft tyres. They'll help with traction at this stage of the race. Oh, not too wide into Evolution. Oh my. Well, that was that counts as something, I guess. Lovely, guys. Last one. So, another safety car. Brilliant. You know what? I'm just going to go back to eating my dinner. Like, I'm going to leave you guys with the sounds of these Formula 1 cars, because my dinner ain't going to eat itself, you know. So. Right, there you go, I'm back. Apologies. I finished dinner. Right. Ooh. Let's go back onto the back of the train. Can Company Man get onto the back of the train? He can. This car should hopefully be in then this lap. Our safety car lights off. No, they're still on, but... Oh, I don't think it's another lap. Oh, it's coming up. Good, another lap behind the safety car. That's what we all love to see in this division. Oh, as P-Man has crashed into the pit lane on entrance. That is incredible. And he got disqualified. But I said he only gets disqualified, P-Man, and he has got disqualified. As Mythical back in the pit, so he's calling it quits already on those medium tyres. So 2 down after 5 laps. How many more will fall in this great empire? So Mythical back onto those regional hard tyres, because you can see they've done 1 lap, so obviously he pitted for hards. Started on hards, pitted for the mediums, and then now back onto his original set of the hard tyres. So he has technically done his mandatory pit stop onto the mandatory compounds. So Mythical, if he has the setup or the driving ability of a god, hypothetically, could get these tyres to the end of the race. Will he do it? I somehow doubt it, purely because 21 odd laps on hard tyres, they're going to be feeling too good after a while. So, we have a nice little spread. So everyone that was on Cyclone Softs has pitted. So everyone from Bobby down has pitted at least once. There you go. As hit Mythical up to 3 stops. Very impressive. I haven't got any penalties quite yet. Although, of course, Mr. Mythical had 1 penalty, but he served it in the pit lane. Oh, Diamonds and Nicholas swapping. Nicholas is just charging his way through the field. This car will be in this lap. Excellent. That's what you like to see. So, when will KJ go again? Did we do early or will he go late? We'll have to wait and see. KJ backing the field up, but Minder has bolted for the pit lane. KJ now coming round Blanchimont. Can we get a racing lap? And he's gone. He has gone. And Lilvek has been caught a little bit in the dust, but it looks like it is a clean getaway from all. Bit of field spread, which is good because tight field means we're going to have fun. KJ then begins lap 6 of the Belgian Grand Prix. Green flag conditions. We are back racing. The 2 McLarens give chase, then Milan, the highest of the Red Bull. Milan really outbreaking himself into the source. Death Star is in a Mercedes. Oh. Stein in 6th, so he's gone from last to 6th. An excellent drive so far from Stein on those medium tyres as we have Nomad. Oh, dear Lord, it's Rouge. Oh, they will made it through, but Mythical's going to have a nice run on them here. I think he might get the Red Bull. He's got a lot more straight line speed. Does he? A little bit more. Come on, guys, keep it clean. I want some actual clean racing here. Thank you. So it is indeed Nomad who keeps ahead. He has the later of the braking for those 2 cars. But Nicholas Nicholas is still fighting with Diamonds. Nicholas might have had Diamonds there at one point, but Diamonds back through. Nicholas staying in 10th, but they're already a second behind the top 8. So this is not doing these guys much good to be fighting this early on, of course, as Daniel's already got 3 seconds, as does Restricular. That's impressive. Restricular falling off the back there. Does he have damage? Doesn't look like it from that shot. We'll have to wait and see, though, what happens as Nicholas fighting there with Diamond. So that's Bobby deep, Bobby wide, and that is Mercedes of Diamonds. And no, Bobby, you gotta have some more awareness, people. Nicholas was alongside. Nicholas gone wide. That's gonna give him a bad run. Here comes Olo. Here comes Nomad. But surely not, as they come now round and down into the... Oh, they've gone deep. They've all gone deep. As that's Bobby round. Bobby down to 12th position. Let's have a look. See, oh, as that's Mars into the pits. So the Hasses are down in 14th and 15th. As they are still changing positions here on the battle for the points. Let's have a look. Nicholas going side by side with Nomad. Yeah, Nicholas backs out of that one, going up a Rouge into Radion. Let's have a look. Oh, that is Nomad without a front wing on the front left. His end plate is completely gone. He's also burned his ERS. As well as Mythical is fighting hard here with Bobby. Little bit of love tap there, but that's just the way the com works. Bobby there. Has he got damage as well? No, it looks like he's got his full end plate. That's a good start for him. Let's have a look. Diamond's now still on the back. So, top 4 are all separated very closely. Milan has actually had a very excellent 1 through prawn. He's using overtake mode. Is he going to go for move on Daniel? No, he thinks better of it for now. As oh, that's a tight corner. Death Star falling off a bit, but not as much as Stein. Stein all the way up from 6th from last, but he is falling back nearly 2 seconds off Death Star. Nearly 3 seconds off the top 4. Charles chomping at the bit there on the hard tyres, obviously, which we're slightly weak at this point, as Mythical is still fighting with Nomad. Nomad still missing half a front wing. But Mythical does indeed get through the Red Bull driver. It is up to 11th for him. Nicholas on the back of Olo. These guys fighting it out there. All on roughly the same tyres. Hards, even if a 2-lap fresher difference won't make much of a difference. As Restricular and Bobby going down the field, going backwards in that little old Williams, but he's going to give it a push. Oh, he's gone deep. Oh, that was Nomad into the pits, obviously, to fix that front wing. Oh my god. And we have a caution, but no safety car. Thank you guys. That's a start, no safety car. As Lilvek is fighting KT. He doesn't have to get... What the heck? Daniel's come out of nowhere. Daniel in the other McLaren, the 2 McLarens have just mugged KJ like a mug. And they're fighting for the lead. Look at this. Wow, it's KJ on the inside. Wow, where did that come from? Daniel obviously running the lowest of the low wings. Wowzers. Let's have a look. Watching on board with Daniel, flicking it left down, no name. Milan, and even Death Star's caught back up a bit to the top 5. So the top 4 has now become the top 5. Right. Stein still in 6th, but he's still got diamonds. He's got diamonds now for company, of course. What can he do as KJ is on the back of the McLaren? He has a little bit more, a fair amount more ERS than the McLaren. We know Daniel is the one that has the great straight line speed. Far better than these two. Look, he's doing over 200. These guys are barely doing 195. Oh no. As a little bit deep for Lilvek and Daniel. Daniel trying to do the old cross section, see if he can get a better exit up the run to La Source. Lap 9 of this race, Lilvek still leads as the yellow flag as Restricular has crashed. No, he just quitted. He's just left it, he just quit. But Daniel past KJ. Will this give Lilvek the opportunity he needs to pull away? No, it is KJ back into 2nd. But as I said, Daniel has that straight line speed advantage. We're about to have 3 wide again. It's gonna be this time Lilvek without DRS, and look at this backward shot. This is perfect. It's Daniel now up round the outside. Oh, we're gonna give each other room. There's nothing in the flag. Oh my god, what's going on? No! But occasionally being pushed one a little bit. It's gonna have a little go now. Oh, but occasionally little bit's being pushed out by his teammate. And Milan is through. Milan from 4th up to 3rd. He's look at this. Death Stars here as we have a yellow flag just for the quitting Haas of Australia. Oh, and that's wide for Daniel. That is wide for Daniel. Of course, he has less downforce, so he's not going to be able to take these corners quite as fluently as the others. Giving KJ a little bit of a break he needs. But look at this. Milan now all over the back of Daniel. Milan absolutely flying. He's... Oh, no! And that's another safety car. Milan out. So Daniel can keep going, but he has no front wing. Right. Ladies and gentlemen. I will be right back. I just need to quickly do something, and I'll be back ASAP. Sorry about that, people had some technical difficulties. Why suddenly half the grid is okay? Sure! Charles didn't pit, so KJ on his outside. I don't know. Yes, apologies for that. There was minor technical issues there. How was I pinging this? Wow. Yeah, right, there we go. Yeah, sorry. Olo's retired. That's a quit on the track. Yeah, sorry, I had some things to do. I'll explain it later, and I apologise as well. But here we go, battle for the podium positions. Yes, I goes deep and switch back there from HDR Diamonds. Lilvek missing out here. Charles is right behind KJ, but it is unfortunate there that Daniel there in the other McLaren, of course, fighting so hard until that collision with Milan. But now they'll have Mars, Mythical, Bobby, and Olo have now DNF'd. But sure, that works. And there's another safety car because Stein's spun. Right. Wonderful, I say, wonderful. Yeah, the safety cars, that's what I was hoping for, but how's half the grid out? Actually, I don't want to know how half the grid is out. Yeah, fun. Everyone's in to pit. Charles gets his opportunity to get off those old hard tyres. KJ not pitting. I thought he might have gone back onto mediums or even a set of softs, because softs should do about 9 laps if they're well looked after. Yep, softs for Charles and Diamonds. Mediums for Lilvek, so he doesn't think his softs could last to the end of the race. Softs for Daniel and softs for Stein. And Nicholas just entering the pit lane as KJ and Gnome. Why is KJ ghosted there? Okay. Right, so hopefully I said cover in this lap. I really am having to switch cover in this lap because, well, I want some racing, but Nope, no safety car in this lap. Wonderful. So, I think now's a great time to tell you all about Racing. So, we are at Spa. We are in the halfway point of this calendar, exactly round 6 out of 12. Next week, we are at Spain. Same times again as this week, so 7:30, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all live here on the Hyperdrive Racing channel. Round 8 is then Monza, which is a sprint race. Quite exciting sprint race, always a good laugh. Round 9 is Qatar at Losail. Round 10 is Austin, USA. That is also a sprint race. Then we have Las Vegas. Again, another new track to the calendar. And we have Brazil to round us off, which is also a sprint. So, a nice plethora of different tracks coming up for the drivers here in Hyperdrive Racing. Of course, if you want to get involved in Hyperdrive Racing, you're more than welcome to click the link to the Discord, fill in your submission, and we will go from there. So we are exactly we're now halfway through this season, 6 rounds down, 6 rounds to go. 9, 11, 12, yeah, 12. Exactly halfway, so it'll be interesting to see who leads the championship after this. I also realised earlier I didn't go through the constructors. So let's have a looky. So obviously, Nicholas and Hermione. So Nicholas is Nicholas. So yeah, Nicholas should take control of the driver's standings, but for the constructors, Ferrari are 19 points clear of Alfa Romeo, who are half a point clear of Mercedes as things stand. So the top 3 in the standings covered by 19.5 points. Obviously, Ferrari, we have a Ferrari in 6th, and we have an Alfa Romeo in 1st, and we have both Mercedes 3rd and 8th. So that will definitely close up a little bit if it was finished as it is. McLaren would also be getting a very nice haul of points with Daniel and Ilvek 4th and 5th. McLaren only on 2.5 points so far this season, so if they finished 4th and 5th as things stand, then they would get a nice haul for the working team. Haas on 7 points. There are no Haas's left in the race, so no points for Haas. So you'll stay on 7. Williams are on 8. No Williamses are in the race, so they'll stay on 8. Alpine, there is no... Charles is 2nd. So Charles is 2nd, but Charles is on soft tyres. He is the leader of the soft tyres, so we have KJ on 5 lap old hards, Charles and Diamonds on 1 lap old softs, Lilvek on 1 lap old mediums, and the rest on 1 lap softs, apart from Death Star and Nomad. So I kind of feel like KJ is going to get a bit destroyed in this last part of the race, but we'll have to wait and see, because he has gone. Safety car is in, and he's somewhat left Charles there a little bit in the dust. As we head on to lap 16 of 22, it is KJ who leads them across the line for Green Flag Racing. Once again, Charles close behind in 2nd on the softs, Diamonds 3rd on the softs, Lilvek 4th on the mediums, Daniel, they've all stayed in the right order. A bit close as they head up, but Charles already, look, that gap was 4 tenths at safety car restart, it's now down to 3. He's going to get such better perch and traction, look at that, he's so much quicker. It's going to be Charles fighting KJ as they run down to Lecom. 209, they're basically doing the exact same speed. Who's going to be last on the brakes? It's going to be KJ, but has he gone too deep? No, he's aimed it to perfection. As we have Nicholas round the outside of Stein there, well up into position as a fire down, trying to hold off Death Star. But it feels like he will not be able to hold back the Mercedes for long. Up the inside goes Death Star. Stein gives him room, but Death Star is on the inside and he gets the traction down a little bit earlier, and he's up into 7th. Diamonds is on the back of the way. Charles got past KJ. Well, how did I miss that? Gosh darn it. But Charles is ahead of KJ. KJ, of course, struggling on those old hard tyres as everyone makes up their own track. But it is Charles who leads the way for Alpine. I can't believe I missed that overtake for the lead. Annoying. I don't know. It's a Sunday, and I think a lot of people are league racing on a Sunday. But we have Diamonds now on the back of KJ. David on the back. Look how close this is. Charles has pulled 1.2 clear. But we have Nicholas on the back of Lilvek into turn Blanchimont. Surely not from the McLaren. Surely so from the Aston. Oh, the McLaren goes wide. The Aston pushes him off. Here comes Daniel. Daniel has fantastic straight line speed. Oh, they've all gone deep. They've all gone absolute. Oh, but there's... Oh. As Nicholas cut across there. Diamonds down to 9th. He was looking to go for 3rd. He's down to 9th as Lilvek trying to fend off Death Star. Here's another yellow flag, and that's Nicholas out. Nicholas, who was... How was he... That's another thing. Good. Good. I don't know what to say. Good. Good. Diamonds has come to a complete halt. I don't know why. Oh my god, they've all nearly crashed into safety. Okay, sure. 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 I don't know what the flip is going on, but okay, sure. Right, hopefully we'll go racing again at some point. Yeah, next weekend Spain. Yeah. Obviously, down into the pits, nearly crashing into the safety car, and diving into the pits as well, just to get those extra special set of softs. They should be back onto the back of the field by the end of this sprint. Ah. Right, we will have a 3-lap sprint to the end, lap 20, 21 and 22, so we'll have to wait and see what happens for this end of the race. We have, as I said, Diamonds and Daniel on fresh softs, Lilvek and KJ on slightly fresher softs. KJ was keeping rid of those hards after he was shafted at the restart and start there. I've taken 6. Okay, sure. Okay, we are going to go racing here, guys. The last 3 laps of the race. Charles will lead the field away. Bertman into the pits, and Charles has gone. He's left Desta a little bit in the dust there, but there's still 3 laps to go as they head on to lap 20. 20 tours of this wonderful track as KJ's passed someone before the start. I don't know what's going on. As Diamond's now on the let's go for Lilvek as they all get through the source. Okay, yep. Diamond's though get a little cutback on Lilvek. Lilvek's hit the sausage curve, nearly hits Diamond's there with the slightly unsteady traction out the corner of the source. It is Charles heading up the hill through Radion as they head now down the Camel Straight, as I can't remember the name of that straight after all this time. As Diner's gone again. So that's now up to 3rd. Daniel obviously on the back of his teammate. Daniel with excellent straight line speed. Who's going to break the latest? They all look like they've made it through fairly well. Is that front wing damage for the Mercedes? No, it's not at the moment. So let's start on the back of Charles still. KJ on the back of Nomad. As Diamonds and Daniel's come to blow. Look how dirty that Mercedes is. Wow, well, that's almost gone back to silver from the amount of dirt on it. But it is Death Star chasing down Charles, but I think Charles looks like to have it covered at the moment. 9/10 is the gap. KJ on the back of Nomad. KJ obviously on those fresher soft tyres. We'll have to see what happens as KJ gets 3 seconds. That could be costly for KJ. That could drop him out of the top 5 here as things stand. As the engine sound glitch comes in. But here comes KJ right past Nomad, but Nomad just needs to stay within 3 seconds and he will get that podium position. Lilvek's here too. Lilvek wants to join the party and Lilvek's... Whee! That is close. As close as you want to be to going off the track. As... Oh, Nomad just sent it. Ooh, very good awareness there from Lilvek. As things stand. Charles hit the first lap of the race. The gap is 8/10 as they stand. Penultimate lap of the race. Nomad now coming up to the line. Still close behind KJ on that 3rd position. Oh, Lilvek's gone. Lilvek's spun. Be careful not to get disqualified for blocking the pit lane. He's up, falling down to 6th position. The McLaren team, which were doing so well at one point, fighting for the lead at one point, down now to 6th and 7th. It's probably KJ sitting there in 3rd position, but as things stand, that penalty will drop him down to 5th position. So, if Diamond can get past the Nomad and stay within 3 seconds, then he will be getting a very unlikely podium there. But KJ is closing onto the back of Death Star as well. So he's almost going to be fighting for the lead here. As things stand, look at that, Diamond's already on the back of Nomad. Nomad in the Red Bull, struggling as things stand on those 6-lap-old soft tyres. Diamonds on very fresh soft tyres as they head into Pirwan. Ah, surely not Diamonds, surely not, surely not, surely not. Oh my gosh. They keep it equal, they keep it fair, they keep it clean, they're still side by side. Diamonds ducks back in, Nomad's out of EOS almost, but look at that, the gap's almost 3 seconds down to KJ. The gap is almost 3 seconds. It is 3 seconds, so KJ will be on the podium as a squeeze there from Nomad. Oh, they've both gone off the track. Oh my gosh, as KJ's got past Death Star, KJ past Death Star, KJ forging his way forward, KJ now guaranteed almost a podium because of the scrap between HDR and Nomad, and they're going around the outside. HDR wants to give a go around the outside of Blanche Jamon. Oh my gosh, they are so close to contact. Up the inside though, he will have the inside for the bus, or Chicane, who's last on the brakes. It is going to be they're fairly equal. Nomad has kept the position, but Diamonds is going to have the better exit, but Nomad keeps it for now. But we will have DRS on the last lap of the race. KJ needs to get within that magical 1 second gap. There's a yellow flag, and Stein has gone. Stein's on full wet tyres. Okay. Charles now coming up the hill. KJ will have DRS on him, but KJ they're almost both out of DRS already. They are 8 tenths. I don't think DRS can be beneficial enough for KJ to get 8 tenths clear of the cars behind Nomad, and still trying to fight Diamonds. Diamonds with DRS. Diamonds obviously using a slightly heavier downforce of setup. He's ahead for now. Is Nomad going to lunge it? No, Nomad does not lunge it. This squabble has cost these two a shot at a third position. But KJ 4 tenths behind Charles. It doesn't really matter now. We need to pass Charles and hope that Charles disappears. For him to be attracted, the yellow flag is set to 2. That's Lilvik. Lilvik has gone. But it is KJ who's romping down the back of Charles. That Alfa Romeo looking absolutely planted at the moment. Lilvik gets 3 seconds, so Lilvik won't be going any further. Diamonds is 3.9 back, but he's still 5 back overall from KJ. Will even Death Star be in the DR in the 3 second penalty range? KJ on the back of Charles. KJ looking to take the lead. Even oh, KJ's gone. KJ has gone. He's pushed too hard, and the rears have gone. And that could be it. Oh yeah. Oh my god. My game crashed at the death. I can't believe that. Charles Death Star Diamonds, thank you. Oh my god. Can't believe that. Right. Anyone want to do post-race interviews? I know who won, but anyone want to do that, or do we just want to go to bed? Perfect. So Charles, Death Star, Diamonds, your top 3. Nomad, KJ, Little Vic, Daniel, are the ones that finished. Um, yeah, that was a race. I think we don't think we have anyone wanting to do any post-race interviews. So, thank you for watching whatever that was. I think that was something masquerading as a league race. We will be back next Friday, Division 3. You will see me, yours truly, Porticelli Racing, next Friday at Spain. So follow HDR because that is where you'll find all the streams when they go live. And also make sure you follow our socials on YouTube and TikTok. Hyperdrive Racing, same logo, should be us. I apologise for whatever tonight was. I apologise for my lacklustre commentary as well. I have some things to sort out as I get back into the swing of full-time commentary for the first time in 2.5 years. It has been a pleasure to commentate. I think that's the right expression to go there. I'll double check just one last time, make sure no one wants to interview. Yeah, no, of course, and I'll be back next week stronger and better, hopefully without my dinner having to appear halfway through, and hopefully not having to take the bins out in the middle of a safety car period. Yes, hopefully next week will be a little smoother, and hopefully next week the racing will be better, because I can tell you after 4 safety cars you find it is very difficult to commentate. Hopefully I'll be back next week, if not, someone will be commentating Division 1, as I said, Friday 7:30 Division 3, Saturday 7:30 Division 2, and Sunday Division 1 7:30. Hope to see you all next time. I've been Ported Celery. And, yeah, let's just hope next week's better.